Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us to this webinar around video production workflow from content creation to distribution. I'm Muriel Lebellac, CEO of VideoMenthe, and I'm joining Frédéric Sanui, CEO of Activo Consulting, who's an expert of DAM, PIM, and CMS solutions to talk about media content workflow in global DAM environment. First of all, Fred, shall I let you introduce a little more Activo?
Yeah, thank you. So I'm very delighted to share, and especially regarding this subject. I'm the owner of the Activo Consulting. So we are a young company, and many who are working for direct customers, just like brands, retailers, agencies, to help them selecting the right marketing stack. So it can be a DAM, digital asset management, PIM, product information management. And especially regarding the background, so I'm used to be a DAM manager since I will say the last 25 years. Just now I'm also working as a DAM product owner for Michelin, and we have also, some couple of brands like Michelin. And one of the challenge is of course the video, and that's the reason I'm so delighted to share knowledge and best practices with Muriel. And so let's rock.
Okay. Thanks, Frédéric. So VideoMenthe is a French company based in south of France, Montpellier, specialized in media file workflows. We have 11 years of experience in the podcast industry. We have developed our SaaS platform called Eolementhe to make professionals process, share, and deliver content in whatever format, wherever needed. Podcast servers, archives, S3, web, social networks. Also, our first core business is the audiovisual industry. See our references. We are more and more focused on the corporate industry where video is more and more used to communicate. So our mission is really to propose an easy to use interface to make people collaborate and create quality media content using the automated tools provided by the cloud, including AI and human review to get a great result. Our goal is to facilitate the process and the delivery of content for media broadcast industry and for corporates for marketing, communication, and HR resources. So, quick introduction, according to all leading consulting firms, and I completely agree, of course, video becomes more and more essential. So some example, even for small companies, video content is published on a regular basis now. Around 60% of the companies are using video at least monthly to communicate. For internal communication, video is the third tool to be used, but the first, which is the most efficient. So, of course, the main advantages is simplify the message, better memorization, convey emotion, interactivity and humanization, which is particularly important these days, everybody being confined, working at home. And finally, international reach is really important and will lead us to another important feature, subtitle your video. So why? Of course, audio is very important, but somehow it can be very intrusive. For example, Facebook generalized in 2017 autoplay without audio, and other studies says approximately 47% of people turn off the sound while on YouTube, for example. So subtitle your videos, it's a no-brainer. For reasons which are obvious, but just to remind us, it's to improve accessibility, to allow to watch content anywhere on any device, on whatever circumstances, internationalize your content, and improve the organic search. So that means let's get to the heart of the matter. Eolementhe, the collaborative media toolbox. I will show you later on a quick demo in which you will see all the different features we can do on the platform. I let you read, but you will have more details later on. And just to clarify, so of course for corporate, this kind of platform is very interesting for your marketing, communication, and HR services, for the multi-language subtitling, for the SEO optimization, better indexing your content, and of course simultaneously deliver your content in whatever folder, in whatever integration with a DAM, a MAM, a PIM, or a specific folder or storage a MAM would look at. For the medias, it's a little different, but it's kind of the same problematic. It's to prepare, validate, and deliver your takes ready files. So in that context, we talk about peaks of activity, backup redundancy, punctual archive processing too, and sometimes choice of software to deal with your media files. So this is the kind of workflow we can show you right now. So your media is coming from a MAM or a DAM infrastructure with, for example, storage in S3 or in Azure, and you will process the video on the platform Eolementhe and then deliver it back to your MAM through an API integration, or just send it to the S3, which will be monitored by your MAM. So let's go to the workflow editor. So I'm gonna build the workflow very easily. So I click on the block and I can select different options, different jobs. Let's transcode my file, then check the quality, the video and audio quality, add some metadata editorial, and then deliver the content. So this is kind of a workflow for takes ready file to broadcast or to publish. Here you can ingest your file in different manners. You will be able to choose your tool to transcode and upload your preset. Then you will be able to choose the tool for the quality control and select the report you want to get back. And here you can select the template for your editorial metadata. At the end, you can deliver it to a specific folder, a specific DAM, indexation, etc. So let's go to the metadata preparation. I'm just fulfilling the different fields that could be useful to index my content in the DAM. Here, quickly. And I will see how to add more functionalities on this workflow. So after having done that, what about just moving forward with subtitle? So I can add a block of subtitle here, but what I can do better is adding an expand and adding a new branch which will run at the same time as the first branch. So for example, let's do speech to text, then notify my colleague with the pause, and then burn my subtitle and deliver it. So let's use a tool to transcript my content. The input language is in English. I can check the threshold to be sure the subtitle will be correct in the video. I can select my an email of my colleague, who is, for example, English speaker. After having done that, I can go to the next step, which will be, for example, burning my subtitle inside the video. So here I will select a preset, but I can do my own one, specifying the font, the style, the margin, vertical and horizontal, and so on. And then deliver again the content wherever I need. But I can do something more. For example, I need this video to reach my French colleagues. So in this manner, I can just add a branch and do the translation of my English subtitle again, and I will add a pause to ask my French colleague to check the translation and, for example, convert the subtitle. So here I select a tool to translate. I'm just verifying the threshold. Here I will notify my colleague, my French colleague, quickly. I do some renaming rules to find my files better at the end. Here instead of burning, I can convert my subtitle, for example, in STL or in WebVTT. And at the end, I can, just send it to Dropbox, to a folder, to an S3, or to wherever my DAM is asking. So after doing that, I think the workflow can be complete for what I need to do. I will just show you another interface which is more straightforward concerning the subtitle. So if you want just to do subtitle, maybe you would be interested in using another interface which is easier. So I will show this to you in a couple of seconds. I'm just saving my work. And then I'm just going to show you the other interface. So here it's very easy. You select your video, your language, your video language, original language. Then you pick the translated languages you want to get. You select the style of your subtitle, and at the end, you just select to download. Then you just have to be sure you want to review transcript and translation and hit start. So that's the same that the branch we've done for the subtitling before. So let's go to the monitoring of my workflow. Now it's running. I will be able to see my file inside the workflow. I can see it on the transcoding step. And I can see it in the transcription step too. So it's done at the same time. Transcript is already done, so I can move on the library so that I will check what the platform has done, what the AI has done, and I will be able to correct the English subtitle directly without downloading anything. So here I can check the captions, I can look at the overlay, and of course I can change the text, correct the errors if there are. I will even have the ability to add some words in the dictionaries so that the AI will be better and better concerning my own requirements. So after doing that, I can just resync the subtitle with the timecode in, timecode out. And then I just can save, of course, my work and come back to the monitoring of the workflow and unlock this pause. So here I just unlock the pause and go to the next step. And then I've got two steps, the one for the English, which will burn the subtitle in the video, and the other one, which is French. I can see the transcoding, the quality control, the metadata has been done. Then I can see in the English branch the burning, which is done, and in the French branch, I can go to the pause and check the French subtitle. I can do the same. That means changing the terms, changing the words, modifying the time codes, looking at the results. I have the ability to get a full picture of my work and move forward. I think my name was completely wrong, so I may go here and change it. For example, here it is. So I've got this blue line on the right and left-hand side, of my caption. So I know exactly where I am in the video at the same time. So when it's done, I can just hit continue workflow, or I can chat with a colleague and see if he's okay with what I've done. After that, I can continue workflow and come back to the workflow monitoring. So now let's see where we are. Normally everything is done, everything is green. I can check on the different branches, English and French. So in the English one, I will see the subtitle inside the video if I play the result, the English subtitle in the video. Here it is. And in the French branch, I will be able to look at the French subtitle, which I've converted in WebVTT, for example. In the file zone, I will be able to get all the files being processed by the platform and push all these files to the DAM so that all the information will follow the video and index the video the best way. I have a dashboard where I can see all the files being processed, the size, the duration, what has been done, and the status. And in the analytics, I will be able to look at what I've used in the platform, how many minutes, the block usages for each kind of process. So that's a quick overview of the platform. There are some more features I will be delighted to explain to you after this webinar if you want. Of course, the workflow can be saved and shared with your colleague. Concerning the integration, as said, we worked with different suppliers for a long time and partners for a long time concerning processing, media processing like Harmonic or Capella for the transcoding, Intera systems for the QC, of course, Microsoft for the Azure platform and some AI services too. But we began new partnerships with Dropbox and now with Binder to look at the big picture being integrated into a map. So I guess this is where I'm handing over to Frederic.
Yeah, for sure. As Muriel was saying, in fact, we understood now regarding these advanced video workflows that it brings a lot of capabilities inside them that nothing really we have today. And experience-wise, today in some DAM solution, I will say that you have looks like as a business process mapping, but nothing really that where you can handle and customize tasks just like transcoding, quality assurance, and other conversion of files. So reason why it's we see more and more this type of DAM integration. It's true that in the meantime that you know that most DAM systems now are based on Azure or AWS. But it doesn't mean because they rely the system in with such services that they can do really the job as it has been exposed. And as for example, as product owner by Michelin, we have to manage terabytes of files. And so how we can manage? We cannot upload everything inside the DAM. And so as for example, with Wedia, which is the DAM of Michelin now, of course, we are starting to upload hundreds of files, but we have also in the same times terabytes and something like 500 terabytes of video. So how to manage such a big challenge? And so just to come back to the DAM situation, what DAM is doing, what's the purpose of a DAM? In fact, as we can see there, the DAM is in fact starting from the ingest, and today you have to manage a lot of rich content. And it's not, of course, only images. It's also about video files, 3D files, and especially for video files. The DAM has to be seen as an engine. So it means that this is really the hub where all the files will be converted and transformed. So from one raw file as a video, I want to get multiple versions in different sizes for the social, for my CMS, and etc. Inside the DAM, you have also a lot of metadata, and these ones are very important because the purpose of DAM is to retrieve the asset when you're searching something. And regarding the metadata and video, Yeah, I don't know if you're already at the experience, but experience on my side, it's not outside of a name sometimes of a file. You have more or less nothing. And in fact, video files, as we saw in this particular and custom advanced workflow, you can bring a lot of things. It brings, and it's very important to understand this method alongside the video, because this is one way to optimize your digital marketing content, just like the SEO, as we saw at the beginning. And of course, at the end of the dam, you have to share and distribute this content. And so the next is, okay, what are the benefits of a DAM system? Yes, of course, you can easily organize, filter of your assets. You can support a wide range of metadata. More or less, we have three types of metadata. IPTC standard that you can save inside the files. XMP, which is an extension, XMP Couture, and the EXIF file for all the camera informations. You can also start projects. You can provide renditions, just as I said, in order to feed all your marketing channel. And at the end of the day, it's very important to get a view of what you did, how to be able to measure your marketing campaigns, to be able to say, okay, my DAM system today is working fine because I can really control everything, and 90% as for example of my users can retrieve the search. Okay, but in the meantime, so regarding these points is, of course, the DAM system. One of the benefits is to bring awareness for any type of customer. Wherever you are a brand, a retailer, an agencies, it has to be the core of your organization. But in the meantime, and I will say that for most of the DAM vendors today, as soon as you have to manage very large video files, you are facing a lot of bottlenecks. First of all, it's all about processing the files. I'd like to say, and that's also something I had to get in live just weeks ago with one customer. We just made a test with 1 hour of 4K video coming from the iPhone. It was more than 50 gig, 13 gigs. So it means that at the end of the day, we more or less had to, I think we spent something like 2.5 days just to get the preview. And just imagine that you have in the same time to upload a lot of gigs inside your system. Maybe it will block the preview generations of your graphic files. So at that stage, it's important to find a way to distribute this content alongside other of a machine. And instead of uploading all these files, you can imagine a very custom and advanced workflow, as we saw before with VideoMenthe. Okay, so the second point, which is very critical most of the time, is we need to be able to build something like, as we say, a custom workflow in order to define some different milestones. And I really like the way you are able to design your workflow. It's very graphic. That's something we can just drag and drop the milestone, assign some tasks, assign people to approve the content, to distribute the content alongside the different channels. And one other thing also, that's something we saw just at the end of your demonstration, is the capabilities to edit the video. What's happened today most of the time? It's just back to your desktop, and then you're asking some people, can you cut this video because it's a little bit too long, I just need 30 seconds to, and as we saw, to engage your customer, you need short video. Then you have the subtitles, because of course you have to produce the content in different countries. So do we make the decision to do something manual task, changing the subtitles on the fly, and then uploading, I don't know, 10 versions of the video? It doesn't make really sense today. And especially technology-wise, we can do much more things. So that's the reason why I think, especially for them, of course, I had also sometimes the question, yeah, but I'm working with a very large DAM system, and we have some DAM capabilities. Okay, you can also pay $1 million to get everything. But in the meantime, I'm more focused on the video management for any people. And any brands today needs to get a tool sets in order to process very large video file, which is not really the case today. And this is a perfect example I had in the past regarding the broadcasting of video files, and that's a proof of concept we had at the time. trying to design this business process with different tasks. And this view, which is a real one from UK television, is exactly the clear representation of what we just saw before in your demonstration. So, up to you now, Muriel.
Explaining the impact of having a video workflow inside, which is very specified and specific to video inside a big dam who manages all the additional data. Some customer testimonials, just to clarify where it's used right now, our workflow engine and our platform. For example, for Deluxe, it's really to get takes ready files, because the platform is used to check the quality and then push it to the broadcast server for broadcasters. For the other kind of customers we have, like European Parliament, they use the platform to generate subtitles. So 24 branches to get the 24 subtitles for the European countries. For RFI, they do all their content for the web, and they use Eolementhe to subtitle all the web content they publish. And another one is a little different. It's the digital cluster in Occitanie, in France, which is just introducing all the ecosystem and the startup companies, and they of course use the video to introduce all the companies and subtitle it with Eolementhe too. So this is an idea of the use cases right now. So just to sum up and to add, the key value of the platform is really to be very easy to use with an intuitive interface. The fact that you have a collaborative workflow with a mix of automated and AI tool and human actions for review. Of course, it's secured. And that means it will really be a time saver regarding all your workflows around video and video publishing. It's cost effective. You can have CapEx, OpEx, pay-per-use model. And of course, we are very sensitive about the green approach. It's in microservices, so we use what's needed to be used with the elasticity and the load balancing of the. So that's just a quick sum up. So, Fred, maybe you want to add something before we go to the question and answer?
Yes, so I think this is a clear representations, and because just before I was on another dam webinars, and I know that a couple of people were asking me some questions regarding, especially the amount of files you have to manage. So just imagine I've got 500 of raw files to manage. So how can be efficient, and what type of connection you have in fact regarding this I know that like the Glacier one or things like that. So how we can optimize the return of investment regarding the complexity of the workflow, regarding the storage. So what's your, and regarding the partnership you have, how you can manage such huge amount of files.
So it's really easy to we are used to big files. So the thing is we use specific type of solutions to deal with it, and we have a workflow that can track everything and log everything after each step of the workflow to be sure the content is okay. And the way the platform is developed assure you to be as reactive as possible.
Okay, and so regarding the roadmap, because this is also a question that I can see, of course, the integration of such complex video platform is something that can be easily done outside some hot folders or S3 storage. But regarding the API, is it something that you already have in a roadmap regarding some vendors we saw on your map, or is it a huge task for a vendor to integrate such video capabilities today?
No, not really. So as you said, firstly, it's very easy just to work with a hot folder or watch folder because the platform allows you to ingest files from an S3 or a blob storage and then deliver it again to a blob storage or an S3, which is monitored and which is connected to your DAM. So this is the first one. But the second one is easily too. We have a REST API in which it's kind of easy just to trigger a specific workflow ID with specific bunch of files. We have done some integration with a company called Aspera, who has a product called Orchestrator. It's more about broadcast, but anyway, they just took, I think, 2 days of integration. So that was kind of straightforward. If you don't need to go to specific jobs with specific presets, so if you go straightforward with the idea of the workflow and the triggering of your bunch of files, it's kind of very easy.
Okay. And regarding your business model, so is it something that I can outside of a DAM integration, which is as I understood in the pipe, and also something that we are also working all together. But what's your business model regarding for somebody that wants to using your Eolementhe to be in touch with, or is it something that as a subscription model I have to, or do you have some more on-premise solutions? So can you tell me a little bit more?
Yes, so we have two ways. We can propose Eolementhe as a standalone platform, which would be integrated in your own premise. If you need, a workflow engine to move your files and to process your files. So this is something that can be done. It's more specific, but this can be done. We are working with les Archives de Monaco, for example. So and they use Eolementhe as a workflow engine. But it's more about mostly it's about cloud and SaaS platform, and in this model, it's about a pay-per-use model if you don't want to commit, or it can be on a monthly basis if you have a regular way of using the platform. And it's linked to the function, of course, to the processing you want to do on the platform, the amount of minutes per month you want to process on the video, and generally on the number of users connected to the platform.
Yeah, I've got two other questions. One regarding I will say the onboarding process. So if I've got videos to be able to manage because I have to manage, I don't know, an event or to migrate video library, how much time it will take to start with your system?
Oh, it depends. It depends on what you do, but on what you want to do, if it's specific or not. But it's kind of very quick, in fact, because it's just a login, a password, and we let you the authorization regarding what you want to use on the platform. So, except if you have very specific requirements, that will take a little more time, but it's gonna be, let's say. From 2 or 3 days to 1 week or 10 days max if there is something very specific.
Okay. And maybe the last question is more about the roadmap, because we saw that you provide some enhancement regarding the editor, and outside the speech to text we have some a couple of improvements. So what can you share with us regarding some new upcoming feature to make some dreams happening?
I did not show you everything because time was missing, but in fact on the platform you are able to do some clips, trim, add comments on your video regarding some specific time code in your video to allow you to share the content and to decide with a colleague if you keep all the video or if you do some cuts and so on. So that's already on the platform. I did not show it, but that's already in it. And the next step would be to provide with a video editor which will be linked to this platform very, very easily. So that's the next step,
Okay.
to be able to provide the whole story, the whole workflow from creation to really delivery wherever you want.
Okay. So we just have to stay tuned to your website to get some
Yeah.
refresh in the next weeks and months. The things that I've got from the participants, the attendees, is that we have some issues during the video. So do not worry at all, because at the end of the day we share all the content from the presentation itself with a PDF and a couple of links, just for you to jump on some references, and you'll get the perfect video with the perfect sound, because we had some glimpse here, looks like. So do not worry, we will share before tomorrow the whole set of this presentation. And in the meantime, regarding the dam, so I will start a web series of dam with the Dam Foundation starting between May and July. And so I can tell you that video is really at the core today of a 10 core characteristic, and that's something really we will pay attention, in fact, really to stump the vendors in order to be able to produce the right service, and to be able to manage any type of large video. So thank you so much. Thank you for all the attendees, and so thank you, Marielle, for your time, and looking forward to move toward the more and best DAM and video integration.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Fred.
Bye bye.